Hi, how you doing today, Latora?
I'm good.
All right, well, we taking our drug and alcohol class together, and one of our assignments was to do an empathy project where we had to give something up,
Right.
so that we could empathize more with our clients. So if you could, so tell me about that. What did you give up? Tell me about the experience.
Well, I gave up fast food. And the only reason why it was difficult was because I'm in Arlington working for a while. When I'm at my regular office, it's fine. Because I'm 10 minutes close to my house. I can, got enough time to prepare my lunches and eat healthy, bring my healthy foods and stop and go to the store on my break. But in Arlington, it's like 100 restaurants surrounding my building, which makes it more difficult. The only good thing is that because I'm so motivated anyway with my weight loss, it was sometimes okay and easy for me to do it, but sometimes it was hard.
So you had some inner self-motivation because you got a goal that you want to reach when it comes to your weight loss, but there was still a lot of temptation.
Right. And the weight loss thing helps. That's the reason why I picked the fast food, because I felt like, okay, that's extra motivation now. I got my weight loss thing and then I got the class project. So I felt like with the combination of the two, it would be more helpful. And sometimes it was, especially when I wanted a Coke and I would just go ahead and push water in the vending machine. So sometimes it was. And not to mention the fact that I just turned 40 yesterday. So I was like, I got to lose some weight. So it was easier, but it wasn't, as easy as I thought it was going to be.
It still presented a challenge.
Yes, because there was times where I was like, I'm just going to get some nuggets, not a burger. Because it was a point where I was just like, I had to have a burger every day. I was addicted to hamburgers with cheese. Every day I had to have some kind of hamburger. I'm telling you, on my way to school, after work, I had to stop and get a double cheeseburger or something. I love hamburgers. So it was big. So it was times when I would say, well, okay, I'll go to the burger place, but I won't get a burger. I'll just get nuggets, and I won't even get fries to go with it. And I won't even get a drink. I'll just get nuggets, and I'll drink a water.
You start finding alternatives.
But I was still messing up every now and then, but I was still, I was in a better place. Because it was a point where I was like, give me the whole meal. I want the fries, extra cheese. Sometimes I would get an extra patty.
Just felt like this is just what I have to have.
Yeah, I was addicted, literally. I was addicted to hamburgers. And that's why I can see how some people can get addicted to food, because I was like that. And I don't know if it was because a lot of the stress that I was going through that made me eat, or if it was because of the relationship. When I tried to do better, my boyfriend would laugh at me and make fun of me. You're a joke. You're not going to lose weight. And maybe it became a time when I probably started believing it. So it was really abusive. And I eventually got out of that relationship and been without him now. I left him 11 years of in an abusive relationship, and I've been without him for a year now.
That took some courage.
Oh my God. Me almost dying. 2 weeks after I left him, I went to the hospital and they admitted me. And my heart rate was 160. They was like, you're lucky you have a heart attack or a stroke. And I used to always tell them when we would get into an argument, you're going to kill me. You're going to kill me one day. And I used to tell him that. And I literally think that if I wouldn't have left him, I promise 2 days after I left him, that's when I went to the hospital. But I was okay. But they diagnosed me with AFib, and they put me on medicines and all this other stuff. But I just feel like if I would have stayed with him any longer, I wouldn't have went to the hospital. And I probably would have, the stress would have got worse, and the symptoms would have got worse. And the fact that I was able to, those 2 weeks that I left him, allowed my heart to calm down long enough for the blood to circulate the way it needed to. Because that's what was happening. It wasn't circulating around my heart right.
So just leaving him within that short amount of time, it made a massive difference on your health and your well-being.
Yeah. So,
well, I commend you on that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Because that takes courage.
Yeah.
So, tell me more about how, because you gave up the fast food.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me more about that experience.
Well, another thing is that I found myself eating fast food a lot also because it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
It's good and it's cheap. And sometimes when you're having to budget, when you are going through something and you're on the verge of feeling like you're about to lose everything, you got to budget. And at the same time, you still got to eat. So when I wanted to go and buy a salad and a great healthy meal that was probably going to cost me $20, and I knew I had 40 that I needed to budget for the whole week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking, okay, well, you know what? Guess what? That's out the door. I'm going to give me 2 double cheeseburgers for 99 cents. So that contributed also. I was really going through some stuff. You know, I was really going through some stuff. I was in a really bad place.
So it's the financial strains you were having were contributing to this
Because,
food addiction
yeah,
to burgers.
because he took everything. He told me if I left him, I left the relationship, I left everything. So he meant that, and he took everything. So I was like about to lose my house, about to lose my car, and my daughter was in college, and she would call me, and I would sometimes I couldn't send her money when I wanted to, and that was the worst thing of all. Not being able to, especially when I told her don't work. I told my daughter don't work because I know how difficult it is to go to college and try to work and make your grades. And then she used to be epileptic. So she just stopped having seizures maybe about 4 years ago. And I didn't want her to work and stress and strain, and I wanted her to feel like she was a regular person, a normal person. So, yeah, I was going through my stuff. And as a result, I ate. And I ate fast food. And I ate my burgers. And I ate my fries.
So with your daughter, you wanting to make her experience as stress-free as possible,
Mm-hmm.
in turn caused you to stress, and then you turn to what you found to be most comfortable.
Yeah.
So in giving up the fast food this week, or this month, I guess we've been at this, and giving up the fast food this month, what have you learned about your coping and taking alternative options?
Well, for one thing, I had to motivate myself because, and it got a little bit easier because when I first started to experiment with it, I gave up after maybe about a month because I didn't see no results. I was like, what am I doing? You know, I feel like I'm just going through the motions. And I was about to give up and just say, forget it, you know. But I weighed myself. And in the last 4 months, I lost 30 pounds. And that was enough motivation right there for me to say, girl, you got to keep on working at this because 30 pounds, and at my age, it's hard to lose that. And for me, when I used to can walk from my car, from the school building to my car without getting tired, and now I'm doing laps around my daughter's schoolyard like every day or 3 times a week, and I get tired at the end, but I'm at least doing minimum 4 laps. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you got to keep on going. And then, like I said, I would slip every now and then, but when this project came, I was like, okay, I'm going to add that in there because that'll be my extra motivation. And so it kind of worked out.
So you found a way to increase a goal that you had already set for yourself and hold yourself even more accountable.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like you had a good experience with this, and how do you think you can take this and use it with your future clients who may be suffering from some type of addiction?
Well, possibly the same way. I think the main thing is setting a goal. Because if you set a goal, then things become a little bit easier. Especially if you're motivated to accomplish that goal. And I think that's what's going to be the most important, to help them to set a goal. Because that's what helped me. I set a goal, and I felt that I wanted to accomplish it. Now, what's going to probably help motivate them is if they can stick to the goal and see results. Because like I said, it was a time when I wasn't seeing results, and I was feeling like backing out. So I know it's going to be difficult to just set a goal and expect for them to just feel like, okay, I can do this and I can stick to it. They're going to have to see results. But the thing about it is they're going to have to be strong enough to stick to it in order to see those results. So I gotta just try to figure out a way to help them accomplish that and understand that it's a process.
Yeah. And I think on that note, that actually made the perfect ending to our session is them understanding that it's a process. And I just want to thank you for sitting and having this session with me. And I just want to say congratulations.
Okay, thank you.